Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
I hope I can explain this well enough, Murphy. You know, I'm almost nervous to talk about it, but excited to talk about it. Ladies, if you had the opportunity to go into a closet, a big closet full of beautiful ladies' clothing, and I mean brands like Ann Taylor and J. Crew and White House Black Market and Tommy Hilfiger and Coldwater Creek, on and on and on, like nice designer workwear and clothing, and you could just please take whatever you want. It seems like it would be a beautiful, exciting thing. But this happened to me yesterday, and it was difficult at first. I felt really weird at first. Murphy, do you want to tell them?
Well, yeah, we went to my friend Randy's house. You know, our friend Carol, his wife, passed away 2 weeks ago. And so Randy, you know, is already actually beginning to, he doesn't sit still. He's never been one to sit still. But, you know, he wants friends and family to come get her clothes if it fits. And
he told me that at her funeral. He was like, I want you to come over, one day when you guys come down, because we live down the street, and I want you to hit her closet. He even asked me what size shoe I wear. And I was like, 8.5 or 9. He goes, well, guess what? 8.5 or 9s are all over in that closet. Huh. You know, what size jacket do you wear? 10. 10s are all over the closet. He's like, she has everything. She had, some stuff from before they had, a child. So small sizes all the way up to bigger sizes than me. So she had everything, which every woman has that in their closet. Every woman has this era and that era and that era. And he had said, she has a bunch of stuff in there. She took me into her closet one time to show me a pair of boots or something like that. Right. But I didn't look deep into her closet. We were there for 5 seconds and left. And when Randy said that she had a lot of stuff, I thought he meant in comparison to what he had. Randy?
Yeah, me too. It's like, okay. I mean,
probably has 10 shirts, 10 pairs of pants at the most.
When you picture a lot of stuff, you picture, I guess, what I would picture what's in your closet, for example, Jodi, I have
a lot.
She
has more than I do.
Yeah,
she had more than I do.
Yeah. And, two others, family members, had already gone through Carol's clothes before, Jodi. Oh, 3?
Her best friend, Melanie, went first, and then her 2 sisters.
Oh, Cheryl and Carrie both went.
And then Randy said that I think one of the sisters left the house with so much stuff. So I thought, okay, I'll go take a look and I'll grab a thing or two, because I knew that Carol, she and I were similar in size. And I knew about the shoe thing. And all the other girls the other ladies who went before me into the closet, different shoe size. And so I could not believe the amount of stuff. I think was I back there for 2 hours?
Oh, yeah, because Randy and I visited for a full 3.5 hours yesterday.
Wow. And he told me to look in the drawers, too. Like, look at everything. So I don't even know where to begin to tell you, but I love a jacket. You know that I'm a girl who loves a jacket, because no matter what you're wearing, you can dress it right up with a jacket. Like, if you don't know anything about basic dressing and you have you're not stylish naturally, ladies, and you have just a basic jeans or basic bottom and you feel like you're boring and flat, put on a really good jacket and you're set. It's just one of those things. And I love a jacket. It just makes you feel so, I don't know. I think I walked away with about 5 or 6 new jackets that I don't need. I need to make room for these things. Do you want me to go ahead and show you the crown jewel, though, my favorite? I made sure to show Randy this. I'm like, I would have bought this new. I told him that, I would have bought this new. It is a Tommy Hilfiger. I don't know what you really call it. It looks like a little military style jacket.
Yeah. It's kind of a blue jean style, but not made of blue jean, right? Yeah.
Green in color. I'm trying to get it on in this chair. It's weird, but it's so comfortable. It's stretchy while structured.
Ooh, a lot of zippers, too.
Zippers on the thing. This right here, the collar, is just...
That's a cool collar.
All day long. It's just a cool jacket.
Yeah.
I told him I would have bought this new. In fact, when I saw it, I went, how did 3 other women go through this closet and not grab this? I just don't know.
It's because everybody's style is a little bit different.
Well, when I brought it to... I know. When I brought it... This is so me, though. This is the kind of thing I would have walked into a store and saw it and went, I need to try that on because that's screaming my name.
And everybody's body shape's a little bit different too.
Right.
So, yeah.
So when I could hear you guys in the kitchen, and there was one big closet to go through, and there was a hall closet to go through, and an armoire of Carol's things, and then drawers of things. So I could hear you guys talking. Do you remember what I interrupted you with at one point when I walked in with two things?
Oh yeah, that was actually very funny. And I'm sure it's never happened to me with clothes. It's happened to me with books, but not clothes.
I told the guys, like, this happened. This is every woman's closet. She had two of the exact same jackets.
Oh, really?
Same size, same brand. Coldwater Creek, like this gray, sort of like this style. Just a cute button up. Another jacket that would just pull an outfit together in a very good basic color. And I was like, she has two of these. And both of them had been worn. You can see that both of them were gently loved in pre-loved condition. And so, and
so she knew that she had two. I wonder if maybe she got them.
She probably didn't mean to buy two.
Or maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe she had them on clearance.
But
I mean, I know that would be silly. We don't know her choice in these. Maybe she loved it so much, and she knew the fabric would wear that she.
If I'm betting money, I'm a woman with a closet with. I've done that. I've made that mistake before too. My money is on. She bought it, then she saw it again and thought this is me, and it's a good color. And she didn't mean to buy it twice. Is my thought. But when I tell you, it was weird to do it. When Randy mentioned to me at her funeral that I want you to come look at the clothes, I thought he meant months from now.
Oh,
you know, and there's no wrong way to do that. There are people who don't. There are people who don't mess with a spouse's closet for a year. Yeah. You know, there are people who can't do it, but he's not going through it really. He asked me to go through it, but he showed me everything. It was like boots are up here, and you know, there was one drawer that I just couldn't do, and he was like, "Here's underwear." He goes, "I know nobody wants to mess with the underwear."
Yeah.
He's not going to have any takers.
And look, I looked at it.
He was joking. He knows that.
I know. I looked. It's all beautiful.
Yeah.
But I just can't do that. Yeah. I couldn't do that, but it's and there's a lot of stuff that I still have to go through because I brought would you say it was like three
armloads?
3 armloads of things?
I mean, it took us all to get it outside. It was another, carload, and that's very similar to what her older sister Cheryl walked out with, according to Randy. It's so, yeah.
We're all different body types and sizes and all that, so there's a lot of stuff that I have that might not fit me, which I'm going to offer some to Taylor and Phoebe, and then what doesn't work, I will, donate.
Right.
But I still have to try on jeans because she wears the same size jeans. We had different body. I know that our body styles are a little different, but jeans are jeans are jeans. So
you're going to go back for another
no.
look through?
Oh, no,
you
no.
took some jeans.
I brought.
Gotcha.
He wanted me to take everything out. I tried on every jacket. So all the jackets, I know that I have about 5 or 6 new jackets. Most of them are. She was a professional and she dressed. If you were to Google ladies workwear designers, you would see what Carol bought. And what colors and all that. And so it was very professional.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what all of that clothing, looks like.
Right. I'm a little more blingy than her, but I can take those and add my zhuzh to it. Yeah.
My dad, it took him about a year before we could go through my mother's closet. It was actually my sister that did that. And she was the one that, was more familiar with the clothes. And she took a few things and, that was a year. I remember when my grandfather passed away when I was 10 years old, my grandmother didn't touch his closet for almost 10 years. And then finally she realized, okay, it's time to clear this out.
Right.
And she did. And so she wound up donating a lot of his stuff. There were a few little things they saved, I guess, because they had sentimental value that my dad and his brothers saved. But, outside of that, they donated everything. But it is a very personal thing. And it doesn't surprise me for Randy, to be honest with you, although I didn't know what to expect because Carol was too young, to pass as early as she did. And but Randy is always been. I mean, look at when we visit with him, he stands up most of the time. He's moving around. He does not Right. He does not, sit still. And so he doesn't want anything looming. He wants to be able to clean up everything that he needs to. Right, exactly. And, and doesn't want things to, to sit. Of course, there's a lot of stuff to manage right now. which he's doing. The good news is he's going to travel a little bit this weekend to see his daughter, and so that's a little change of scenery will be good too.
Mm-hmm.
A personal question is Randy said he feels weird going into the closet, or he has no problem with that?
No, he said
it's
he
not
has
like
no
he's
problem.
sending y'all in, but he doesn't.
No. He was the one that
Yeah.
went in and showed me.
Okay.
And I did go back. You know how, have you ever been through a store? Have you ever walked through a store and then walked back through it and saw something you didn't see the first time? I made sure for the hanging clothes for me to go through it a couple of times, and I'm glad that I did. What I'm saying is I haven't tried on everything. We would still be there if I had tried on everything that I brought home. I tried on jackets because that's easy. Could do it over my T-shirt that I was wearing yesterday. But I still have jeans to try on, and I grabbed a couple of long skirts because I love a long skirt and things like
shoes?
that. Oh, no, I grabbed some boots, a couple pair of boots that I grabbed. And I grabbed a couple things for Taylor and Phoebe because they weren't able to come. And anyway, I wanted to say this too. I feel weird about it. So I'm glad that he asked me to do it. I will always think of her when I wear these things like this. This is Carol's jacket that I'm wearing.
I can picture
I don't
her in
see
that,
it as
actually.
mine, you know, and it's lovely. But I sent him a text this morning. Let's see. Thank you for yesterday. I will say it felt odd doing that. I guess we are all still in the space of trying to believe this. I am honored to have a few of her lovely things. I will give some to Tay and Phoebes also. Carol loved you both. It makes me happy that you and your girls will have some of this. The whole thing is going to take some time to adjust to. I still feel like she's just out of town.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to know I'm not this girl just rampaging her closet.
And he knows that. He invited you into it.
But how can he know? But does he also know the person of me I love fashion. And
I think he knows everybody. I think that's probably part of what's rewarding. He wants people who actually he said that in the kitchen to me that if it brings joy to somebody, that's what Carol would want. That's better
true.
than him just sticking it in the car and taking it to a resale shop or or donating it or whatever.
I know.
First. Yeah.
I actually kind of felt bad about leaving as much as I did because I only grabbed a couple of dresses that I haven't even tried on yet. I just didn't feel like it was all as me when we're not identical in our styles either.
Right.
So it wasn't all so me. But one of the things that I thought was lovely, and this is something to think about, I guess the reason I don't even know how to express this, I've never done anything like this before.
Yeah.
Like when my grandmothers died, when my grandmother died, my mom and my mom's sister went through her closet. I may have gotten one thing, and that's fine. I didn't do any of that. So I've never been through a friend's closet before, and it is a strangely conflicting feeling.
I had that when I went through, when my dad passed, and I went through his closet, and I took a few things.
Yes.
But I actually brought his hat and a couple other things back because it's just like, that's for my mom to have if she wants it. It's
Good.
not for me.
Right.
You know, it did feel weird that I'm sitting here picking over my dad's closet the day he died.
Well, I will. There's no wrong timetable, though. Like you heard 10 years for Heidi and then 2 weeks for Randy. Like there's no timetable that's wrong.
It took 3 years for my brother and sister and I to actually clean out, my parents' house after my dad passed. And that was the same thing, too. The first time we walked in there, it's like, well, we can't touch that. That's Dane's, my dad's name, and that sort of thing. And, that was a long process. Eventually you get there, but it's tough. And it's really weird how some of the things that do sit that have sentimental value when everybody's around begin to lose that when it's, if it doesn't have direct meaning to you and has direct meaning to them, there's nothing wrong with keeping it, I guess, if you want to. But there were a number of things that were always in the house that I thought would be cool to keep. But I realized, but that's really, it's their stuff. It's not them.
What you're talking about is time.
Yeah.
Time separates the feeling from the fact. It doesn't change the feeling, but it separates it. Like 2 weeks ago, her passing 2 weeks ago is why it was hard for me to go into that closet. If he'd have asked me a year from now, it would have been different. It would have felt a little different, I think. For you to go through your dad's closet on the day that he passed is one reason it was hard for you.
Yeah.
Now, if you were in there, you might take that hat.
Yeah.
Time is a variable, especially with grief. But the interesting rule, and I definitely wanted to shout this out, and I love this. Randy and Carol have a daughter. Her name is Maya. She is 19 years old. And that's the first thing I said. I said, whoa, I know that Melanie went and the sisters went. What about Maya? All of this stuff really is Maya's if she wants it. And Randy was like, Maya doesn't want any of these clothes. Maya is a very different size and also a very different style. She's 19 years old.
Well, yeah, she thinks of that as, no, that's mom's clothes.
Mom clothing. Yeah. So, and it is, but classic pieces. I'm going to fight for the fact there are some classic pieces in there, but I love that Randy said this is the only thing. We're going to leave all the handbags and all the jewelry. Don't touch the handbags or the jewelry. And that because that's for Maya, whether she wants to, because some handbags, I didn't look at the handbags because I was told not to. I don't know if they were, I assume that some of them are designer and some of them might be a really good investment.
Right.
And it makes you think about when it's your time to do that. Like it makes you think about your closet, We'll talk about that later, Murphy. But
yeah, I don't think we need to go that far.
I do have ideas.
Right?
I do have ideas and plans. I'm a lady with a deep closet.
Yeah.
I have stuff I don't wear that I should get rid of. But anyway, I will be rocking some new jackets and clothing this fall for sure because she definitely loved to dress and wear winter clothing, and the jackets especially are my favorite things. I showed you that tweed one last night, Murphy.
Yeah.
That's really also a favorite to this green army jacket.
Here's a question. When if somebody put that jacket on, that's pretty. Where'd you get it?
I'm going to tell them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was my friend Carol who had impeccable style and taste, and she did not buy junk. I mean, not that there's any junk, but she really did have.
Well, she took very good care.
She took very good care of it, and she bought classic pieces that were made to last.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm going to. In fact, I'm going to make sure to let Randy know when I'm wearing it. Mm-hmm. Just not all the time, not every time I wear something of hers.
Yeah, because you took a lot. That'll be a lot of text messages.
Will you wear any of her stuff in front of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he would like that.
Okay.
He seemed to like it yesterday when I'd walk into the kitchen and show you guys that little coat I was showing you. And he was like, yeah, that was her favorite little winter coat. And he seemed really positive about it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So, yeah, I'll let him sort of, if he seemed uncomfortable, I wouldn't. Right. But he seemed to be happy about it.
Yeah, he's a very realistic, or a realist, I should say. And that he's been that way ever since I have known him. And, unfortunately, she had been battling cancer for 2.5 years. Almost 3 years. And you're never prepared. Of course, no one's ever prepared. But, I think that conversations and things that they had where they kind of, came to terms made it different than just a sudden passing. But again, that's, who he is. And it doesn't mean he's not having rough moments. He's definitely, I know that. He's having, rough moments. But he's always positive around friends, and he's very realistic. So I think that's the reason he's trying to take action. He does not want to sit still. He knows that the worst thing that he can do is, sit in his house, close the curtains, and not do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to, go through it when it hits him. He's not trying to avoid it.
Well, of course he's not.
He's a forward motion kind of person, as he should be.
Yeah.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.